Hi, my name is Mark Harani. Today I'd like to show you how easy it is to create a linear regression model in SAP HANA. We're going to be using stock market data, and we've previously found the correlation between two stocks quite high. So what we're going to do is predict the stock movement of stock B, let's say, which is shown in this Y column, based on the stock movement of stock A. Let's call that the antecedent stock. So we have the change of stock A, the volume movement of stock A, and then the change in volume of the S&P 500 for each date. And we also have the movement of stock Y, or stock B, that we're going to predict in the Y column. Now we also have a test view that if we open that, we'll see that it has everything except for the Y column, so we don't know what the Y value is. We're going to forecast the Y value, and then we'll actually compare it to the actual numbers. So the training view is showing the movements of the stock market before February 1st, 2014, and the test view is showing the stock market movements after February 1st, 2014. So I'm going to go into the repositories tab. What we're going to do is create a flow graph. So we go into create new other, we select flow graph model. I'm going to call it LR for linear regression. And here what I'm going to do is bring in the training view first as input for our training algorithm. And then I'm going to bring in the test view as input for the forecast algorithm. And on the right hand side of the palette, we have something called a data sync template. We're going to use that for the output, to store the output of our algorithm. And in the predictive analysis library section, we'll go into the linear regression area, and we'll drag in linear regression. That's the training algorithm, and then the linear regression forecast to perform the forecast. Now what's very nice here is I can just wire this up so that the training view is the input into the training algorithm, and the result of the training algorithm is input into the test algorithm. And the second view that we talked about, the test view, is also input into the forecast algorithm. The output of the forecast algorithm I'm going to map into this data sync template, and here I just have to name the table. In this case, I'll name it LR fitted results, and I'll tell it the schema name is DCOM001, and I'll tell it to truncate the table each time we run the flow graph. Last, I just have to set the schema for the overall flow graph to also be DCOM001. Now that that's complete, I can activate my model. And I can open a SQL editor to run my model. And as it's running, it's complete now. It's actually stored the data in the LR fitted results table. I'm going to create a view to display that data. And now if I refresh my views folder, I can look at the output of that view. And if I go into the analysis tab, I can drag in the date as the label access, and then the forecast and the actual change as the values access. And the blue line here represents our forecast. The green line represents the actual change of the stocks. So you can see we can fairly accurately predict stock movements. That's of course if we had the hindsight data where we could see the value of one stock and the S&P 500 at the close time, then we could predict the value of the other. So it's just a simple linear regression model that I wanted to show you how easy it is to create in SAP HANA. Thank you for listening.